everybody.
Afternoon.
I mean, say how's your break, but I guess you were working the whole time, weren't you?
Not the whole time. Everybody got a little bit of a break, so that's good. And not too much to do up in Toronto, so it was fun. It was good.
Is it the same sort of experience for a coach as it is for a player? Like, you know, you're hobnobbing with people and.
Yeah, there's a lot of relationships that go through the game. You know, I think even for players or coaches or staff, you know, you're seeing people that you've seen along the way. It doesn't even have to be that. There's different. For me, my wife, there was different organizations with regard to maybe some people in the media or you know, people who worked inside the organization from staff levels, or it could be anything, or players. And you get a chance to reconnect with a lot of people that sometimes it just doesn't fit inside of playing a team where you've had connections with somebody or somehow you're connected to the organization. It just doesn't always work when you're in the season. It's just too busy and it moves, the wheels move pretty quick, and it just slows it down. You get a chance to see some faces, so yeah, it's good with regard to that.
What do you think of the game actually being on, trying to coach at?
There's not much coaching going on there, I'll be honest. There's 9 really good players on your bench, and they're setting the blocks of 3, and they head on out and they come back when they're tired. So I think I said change one time, and but it was great to coach them. I thought our guys played good, played hard. We were in it. It was tie there, you know, halfway through the second frame of the finals, and they scored a couple goals and pulled away. And it was good though. It was fun.
Is it weird coaching against your guys in that way?
Not really. It was different. It was obviously a different format.
Yeah.
And so it was, you know, it got spread out all over the place with regard to the players being in different places. But no, I mean, I'm happy they won. You know, I'm disappointed that, you know, you're part of a team, and I thought our guys played hard. Connor's team played really hard, and you know, it was for fun. You know, it was a good event.
Peter, Lindgren said the break came at a good time for him, obviously with the injury right before.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
That couldn't have worked out better for him?
He's ready to go. I do. I feel like it's a good spot. You know, anybody that had something nagging going on, and I feel like it's a good spot. You get away, and you know, we knew it wasn't a long-term thing, and so it's good to have him back out there.
What about your team as a whole? I mean, you know, we got off to a hot start, and the last 26 games have been whatever. You get a week off, and now you get a restart here. I mean, I'm sure you hope that it allows you to kind of get off to a hot start again. But what do you think a break like this can do for your team?
Well, we're 1-0. Right? We won our last game, so we're 1-0. We're on a roll right now. So you're right. There are separations. You know, whether you like them or not, there are separations. You catch a break, the new year, the start of a season, the start of playoffs, or these breaks where you get a chance to reset. And I do feel like this is one of those times where your team is back. It was a really good practice today. You can see that there was a ton of energy out there, and guys practiced well. And I think that's just from being away for a little bit, and they come back and they're charged and they're ready to go. But you know, our opponent will be the same way. But we do have to get off to a good start and try to build some success here in the month of February.
Was it important for you to get Lindgren back with Fox? You had tinkered with switching them, breaking them up a little bit, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they played together some inside of games, and sometimes we switch it up or whatever. That had nothing to do with, you know, why he came out of the game. But
no, of course not.
Yeah, but it's good. The pairs are, you know, with Jacob out right now, so the pairs are moving a little bit. Guys are adjustable and adaptable, and you know, I don't think it's a big thing who they play with. It's, you know, you mix the forward lines up all the time. You mix deep pairs, and but I do think that, you know, Gustafson and Jones were really good last game in Ottawa. They were outstanding. And Mackey came up and he played a big role, and he fit in really well. I was really happy to see that as well. So things will always move a little bit, but you know, we get stability with them as we're still moving things around with Trouba.
I wanted to ask you about Jones. I mean, how has he handled this seventh defenseman role? I mean, typically you expect that would be an older sort of veteran guy. Here he is, a young guy that's, not playing every night. How have you seen him deal with that? And, what have you seen from him on this?
I know that, there's you don't get to this level if you don't want to be out on the ice and
Right.
playing in games. Then it's always how you handle things in life, and I think he's done an unbelievable job of handling his role in his situation. This is his first time with an extended stay, being part, name brought in here the whole time, and part of the group. You got a lot of confidence that he can go and play a game like he did in Ottawa. He was excellent. He's a good skater and a good first pass, and he sees the ice well, and his gaps are always good. So he does a lot of things really well out there, and so there's confidence from us. It's nice when he does get an opportunity and he's able to go in there and play some minutes for us. So, but the way he's handled it, for me, has been impressive. He's worked hard every day. He's come to the rink wanting to play, but no matter what the situation is, he works hard every day, and he's got a great attitude. And so that's, I think that's really helped him handle the. Sometimes it's not his call. It's not his decision. His decisions always have to be made, and so while other people are making decisions, you always have a couple of different roads that you can go down. And his road has always been on point. I'm going to come to work with a great attitude. I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to wait for my opportunity. And he's been fantastic with regard to that. I know he wants to play, and he's getting an opportunity right now.
What have you seen in teams in the past after the All-Star, how the approach?
Yeah, this question. I mean, there'll be 5 teams that come out flying, and there'll be 5 teams that hit the mud, and then others will be going back and forth. There's no real answer for that. To be honest, it's been too long and too many breaks and too many All-Star games, not for me, just in general through the league, where I've probably hit all of those as a coach. And so you got to go and do the work. We've got a game tomorrow, we've got to be ready to play. We're playing a good team, so we've got to be ready to play.
Does the break allow you to take maybe for a little while at least more of a big picture, kind of reflective state of the team as opposed to just preparing for the next opponent? Like, do you get to maybe hone in on some things that you want to put a little more thought into or tinker with a little bit more, whether it's lineup or strategy or whatever might be going on with the team?
No, I mean, I think we typically move from day to day. I always understand what you're saying. We move from day to day. We take what we need to. When things are going well, you let them go well a little bit, and you work on the things that aren't going so well. So I think it changes, even if you did have a big plan, that plan is going to change after 2 or 3 games. And so, we came back and tried to get the guys going up to pace today. There's nothing crazy going on with the lines or the lineups, and it's just, for us, it's going back to work and business. And like I said, I liked today. I thought I had a really good jump out there. I thought the guys executed well, good jump. 40, 45, 48-minute practice, and pre-game skate, and off we go again, back into it.
I know it's never one thing, but as Colin touched on the last 20 whatever games where it's been like kind of 500 up and down a little bit. I mean, are there any few things that you feel like are particularly on your mind that you want to see tightened up now as you go into this final push?
I think there's been lots of games where we generated lots and we haven't put it in the back of the net. I think the numbers reflect that too. But the game prior to Ottawa, we lose to Vegas, and it's just tough. You lose a game in your building, and the score's not great. 80 attempts to 40 attempts, 40 shots, 41 shots to 20 attempts, 41 shots to 20 shots, and so we got to do a better job of burying goals. We got to tighten up a little bit defensively. There's things the power play can execute at a little better rate right now than it is, and so there's always things. And again, that's why I said it'll change. If I have a master plan for just that, this is the focus in the next 30 games. I'll guarantee you 10 games from now, you're going to be asking me about something else. So just the nature of the beast. You got to keep taking what you're seeing and what's working, and then what's not working, and try and get it better. So that's how it rolls.
The converting is, shooting percentage, is that in your experience just kind of come in waves, or is that a matter of getting yourself?
I think there's up and downs, and certainly we'd like to see it be better. Try to do things maybe that can help it. Try to get to better areas. Try to get a drive-by screen. Try to get a tip on it on the way in. Try to fight for positioning for a rebound. Try to deliver more pucks. Try to deliver more quality. And so there's definitely things that you can do to try and enhance that number. But that's sure. I think that would help if we had a higher shooting percentage on the chances we were getting. Maybe the record's a little bit different. If we were a little tighter defensively, the record could be a little bit different. The power play was executing a little bit higher rate, a little bit different. You add all those little bits up, and that's when the record goes like this. So definitely things we can get better at.
You have,
Last one?
since you, you changed the forward lines, you made the swap between Wheeler and Kako, and each of them scored a goal in the 2 games since you made that switch. But with Kako, young guy, much was expected. What have you seen from him, particularly in these last 8 games since he's come back from the injury?
Yeah.
Where he's at?
So going back 8's a lot. Just recently coming off the break, right before the break, I thought he had a really good game in Ottawa. I thought his line was really strong, and he ended up picking up a late goal, and that sometimes can help. I watched him in practice today. The first thing that we said coming off in practice that he looked like he had some pop in his step. It looked like he was attacking the game a little bit more determined on the puck, and so just trying to keep it short term and talk about recently and try to build off of that and bring that into tomorrow night. That'd be a good start, just to build off of that.
Peter,
Okay, last one? That was it.
so did Will Arnett bring anything funny to the?
He was great. He was so easy to have on the bench.
Yeah.
Like he's just. Did you see the speech?
Yeah.
I mean, that's classic, man. That was outstanding to come in. Then he comes in the second game. And, well, why not us? He was great, but he was awesome. He was on the bench. He was so fired up, and I mean, it was awesome. I'm sure it was awesome for him to be there because he's a huge hockey fan. It's awesome to have somebody like that on the bench, and just really easy to connect with as a person, and it was great. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, guys.